So you got African American, you got American blacks right here, right? So that's what they call is you go do a job, sign up for a job, you gotta mark what? American black, right? But what we're gonna show our people is that according to the Bible, what the Bible actually tells you is that you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. But guess what happened? I want you to look at these signs right here. Guess what happened? No, we don't need no money, brother. Check out. No. Oh, okay. Check this out real quick before you go, because it's important, right? This is going to be something they're not going to teach us in college, university, and the Christian churches. They're not teaching this nowhere. Why? Because they want you not to know who you are. Do you understand that you got the power of the Most High God within you? And if you tap into that, this whole world will be changed around. That's right. Your decisions, how you move, how you walk. That's how important you are. But guess what? He's not going to tell you that. The people in there ain't going to tell you that. You go to the school system, they not telling us that. Why? Because they don't want us to realize how special we are unto God. That's right. How we His chosen people. Check this out. Because you see this right here. What is this? What is all this going into? What is all this right here?
To the right side. We know the right side.
Beating up blacks. They beating up blacks. Now, what do they call this? What do they call this? They call this that. But what this is called right here is chattel slavery, where you was being put in chains. They wasn't putting you in chains for fun. They was putting you in chains to work in fields, to be abused, to be destroyed mentally. That's what we're trying to get our black sisters and black brothers to understand. That during slavery that happened to us right here, guess what? We have not recovered. We are not the same from that. Do you understand at one point in time we ruled nations? Where are those nations today? What kingdoms do we have today? What gold, what resources do we have today? It's all gone. Now I want to show you something, because this happened for a reason. All this didn't happen by coincidence. They'll teach you this in school and be like, oh, it was a bad thing, right? They'll say this is a bad thing, but they won't tell you why it happened, right? We're going to show you why. No, that ain't love. Do you think someone who loves you going to do this to you? Bring it out. You think someone who loves you going to show you? Yeah, where you at? You think someone who loves you going to show you this image and be like, this is your God now. Bring it out. This is who you praise and worship. They don't love you. Why? Because they taught us lies. They fed us lies and they abused us. Now check this out, my brother. Read this real quick. We're going to show you the why behind slavery, because like I said, school, church is not going to give you the why. We're going to give you the why of the oppression. The why did, guess what? Our brothers and sisters in Buffalo had to get shot down just for being black. We're going to give you the why. No one's giving that. So I want you to listen real closely. Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. Read that real quick.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, so God was telling us a long time ago. This was our ancestors. God told our ancestors, if we do not want to listen to God, meaning if we do not want to hearken to His commandments and listen, He said something's going to happen and repercussion for that. Read on.
To observe, to do all His commandments and His statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so guess what? The God of heaven and earth told our ancestors, guess what? If you do not want to listen to the commandments I gave you to be the best nation on the planet Earth, I'm going to have to make you the bottom nation on the planet Earth. I'm going to have to curse you. That's what a curse is. A blessing, we know if you blessed. Wait, hold on, but let me ask you real quick, brother. Let me ask you, if you blessed, what does that mean to be blessed? Because would you say you blessed right now? Yeah. Of course you would say you blessed right now. Who taught you that you was blessed? Christianity said you was blessed. What are you blessed with? What are your blessings that you have right now?
My blessing mostly is God.
Okay, check this out. I want to show you what God said a blessing is. Yeah, come here, sis. Because it's for you too. This is for our black brothers and sisters. Real quick, before you go, this is the last scripture I want to give you. Deuteronomy 28 verse 1. This is the last scripture because you said you blessed, right? I want to show you the lies that you've been taught. Because guess what? Like I said, you go back in there, guess what? There's nothing but lies that you're going to be taught again. Like I said, nobody on the planet Earth. Show me one person on the planet Earth who's going to give you the whys behind why these things are happening in the black community. They not want to teach you that in there. The only place you get that is right here. That's why I say it's important to be here. So now we're going to go to blessing, right? Let's see what God says it means to be blessed. Let's listen to this, brother. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. in verse 1.
Right.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently
Right.
unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right. So sis, it said if you would hearken diligently, right? That's what God was telling us as a people. If we would listen to do what? Read on.
To observe and to do all his commandments,
Yeah.
which I command thee this day,
Yeah.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high, above all nations of the earth.
Did you hear that, sister? It said if we listen, he would set us where? Where would he set the people at? Where did he say he would set them up at? You didn't hear that. That's why we're going to read. It's all good. We're going to read it again. Because remember, sis, yeah, you can come up under this canopy, sis. Remember, this is going into that blessing, right? Because we as a people, we all love to say that we are blessed as a people, right? But we want to get out the Bible what God says it means to be blessed, right? So read that one more time.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Right.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Right.
to observe and to do all his commandments,
So stipulation, you have to listen to God and do his commandments. What would happen?
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right, God said he would set you on high above every nation on the earth. That's what it means to be blessed. Now we're going to read one more down, read verse 2, because we want to prove that it uses the word blessed in that, right? Read that, verse 2.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee.
Because when you're on high above every nation on the earth, all those blessings will be upon you. So now let me ask you, are these people, the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans on the earth today, are they above every nation on the planet Earth? We're set low. We're on the bottom. The very bottom of the totem pole. You understand that, sis? As a people, guess what? We're on the bottom. And that's not, guess what? We ain't out here to inspire no racism, no supremacy. This is the facts we live in. What just happened in Buffalo, New York?
Right. Bring it out.
What just happened in Buffalo? Is that reality, or is that just racism and rhetoric? That's slavery. That's hatred and slavery. You understand it? That's what we have to suffer through as a people. Where do you identify yourself on that sign? You see yourself on that sign anywhere?
I just see myself as a God-fearing man.
Okay. Yeah, right. So if you see yourself on the sign, you gonna let us know. So now, sis, guess what? As a people, we not blessed, sis. We cursed as a people.
Right.
So now we gotta figure out. God said to be blessed, we gonna be set on high above every other nation. We low. We are cursed right now. So how are we going to get blessed again, sis? How are we going to get blessed again, sis? That's what the answers we trying to find out. Because you still think you're blessed, sis? See, the sis don't want the answers. That's what we trying to give our people, sis, is the answers, right? So, all right, so sis, now let me ask you something real quick before you go, right? Do you love God? Let me show you something real quick. Get 1 John chapter 3, verse 4, then get Exodus 20, verse 8. Real quick, sis, because us as a people, like I said, this is the thing. We trying to get out of our people really understanding the words that they're using. We use the word blessed. Thank you, sir. We use the word blessed. We use the word love a lot, right? But we got to find out what it means to love God. Because let me ask you, sis, what do you think it means? Like, what define love? If you love God, define that to me as a person who may have never heard this before. Yeah, how to love God? How would I love God if I say I love Him? How would I show that? You gotta live righteous and right. Okay, I like that word, right? We're gonna read out the Bible and see what the Bible says it means to love God, right? Read that.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3.
Right.
For this is the love of God.
Right, so this is gonna be the love of God. That we do what?
That we keep His commandments.
Would you agree with that, sis? That if we love God, we would have to do what? Keep His what? His commandments. Yeah, it's definitely more than 10 commandments. You 100% on point, sis. So check this out. We're going to get some out the 10 commandments. I'm going to show you some other stuff that, guess what, our people don't realize that they breaking, right? But let me show you something real quick, because this is pertaining about today, right? Exodus 28 and then Nehemiah 10:31.
The book of Exodus, chapter 10, chapter 20, verse 8.
Right.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So, since we know that's one of the 10 commandments, right? Remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. So now everyone say that, do we as a people, because you said we got to keep the commandments to love God, right? Do we as a Black and Hispanic community keep the Sabbath day holy? And how do we keep it holy? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My sister, because let me ask you, you know what's happening Monday? What's going on Monday? What's Monday going to be? Memorial Day. But you know that, right? You know about that. Why? Because everyone know that everyone going to be off work that day. Everyone going to be barbecuing that day. Everyone going to be out that day, right? So everyone know that, right? So we are all accustomed to that way, right? So now, what day is the Sabbath day? It's supposed to be Saturday, right? So now it said within the Saturday, which is the Sabbath, we have to do what? It said keep it what?
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
It said you got to remember it, so you remember that it got to be on Saturday, right? And it said to keep it holy. So when you keep something holy, that means you keep it separate from everything else. It's not like every other day. Just like, guess what? On Memorial Day, what do they do on Memorial Day? Everyone's off that day. Everyone's barbecuing that day. Everyone's setting up American flags on their lawn that day. It's different than every other day, right? No, I'm sorry. What's your name, my sister? Tia. My name's Gideon. Tia, like the car.
No, it's K-I-L.
Kill. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so Sister Kill, right? So now, that day is set different than every other day. That's how we know it's Memorial Day. They do everything different because today they ain't setting up flags everywhere. There ain't no barbecues going on right now like that. You see what I'm saying? It's different. So now we're going to see how we keep the Sabbath day different. Because remember, like you said, we got to show we love God, and keeping the commandments is showing that, right? So right, exactly. That's why our people is dying, because we don't know how to keep those commandments. Read that, Nehemiah 10:31.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day.
So now it talks about the Sabbath day. Ware and victuals is talking about food and goods. So people bring foods and goods on Saturday to do what?
To sell.
To sell.
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
It said on the Sabbath day, if people got goods and foods on Saturday to sell it, you don't buy from them. What is happening right now? What are the people doing? Let me know, Sister Kill. What are people doing right now? They shopping right now. Hold on, but everyone say they love God. But remember, it said we got to keep the Sabbath day holy. So now, if you break in the Sabbath, do you really love God? You can still, what you say? You can still love him. Okay, let me ask you something, sis. Go back to John 5:3. Let me ask you, do you have a boyfriend or a husband? Okay, let's say you had a hypothetical boyfriend or a husband, right? If he said he loved you, but he would abuse you, beat on you, and verbally abuse you, does he really love you? He says it every morning, I love you, baby, but he beats and abuses you. Does he really love you? That's not what our people is doing. Ain't true love, sis. We say we love God,
right,
but we do the exact opposite of what he says.
That's right.
It ain't true love, sis. We say it, but it don't line up. Get 1 John 2 verse 3. I'm sorry. Get 1 John 2 and 3, because this is what people are doing right now. People are saying that, but they ain't doing it. So that's what we're trying to get our people away from. It's saying that we love God, because like I said, if I ask these people right here, they would say they love God. These fine gentlemen, these fine ladies right here, they say they love God. These people are over here say they love God. But no one doing it, right? So check this out. Get that.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3.
Bring it out.
And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
This is how we know God, if we keep his commandments, because a lot of people claim to love. A lot of people claim they have God in them, but they don't keep the commandments. That's the only way you can know him, right? So check this out. Let's see what it says about those who don't.
He that say I know him, and keepeth not his commandments.
They say I love God, but don't keep his commandments. What are they?
Is a liar.
Is a liar, sis. Guess what? That's what we see in the Christianity churches, the Catholic churches, the Baptist churches. churches, the Seventh-day Adventist churches, they are all liars because they have taught our people that it is okay to break the commandments.
That's right.
The people that are teaching, there's a man teaching the Bible right now, there's churches teaching the Bible right now. None of them are saying it's wrong for you to be breaking God's Sabbath.
Right. Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream Black Power while Oram was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.